I want to introduce you to Keith Pitts. Thanks so much for joining us today. You've wrote a very interesting book called The Canadian Cross-Border Shopping Guide, which you brought in here today. And it works well today because we're hearing from the throne speech, and we're talking about the prices between Canadian goods and American goods. And what's your perspective on the difference there?
Right. Well, you know, it depends who you're listening to. Of course, if you're listening to some of the major reports, you're looking at 10 to 15% disparity, when in fact it really is. You're looking at 30 to 40 to 50% difference.
It's still that much on some things.
Absolutely.
Right.
And when you're hearing in the throne speech that you're looking at harmonizing these prices between the two, very easy, as I say, if you're talking 3 or 4 points, but when you get up into that 30, 40, 50 point mark, for example, a standard over-the-counter medicine that they have at Walmart down there is $5.25. It's $13.50 here. So
wow.
How do you harmonize those two? Are you going to bring the Canadian retailer to drop the price down when his cost may be $8 or $9 on
right. Now, people love to line up and head over to Niagara Falls or Buffalo to do their shopping, and you're one of them as well. Tell me some specific things that makes it worth the drive.
Well, you've got about 2.5 million people a month going across, and of that, about 750,000 come back the same day. So there's a fair number of people that are going over doing their shopping.
For the day?
That's strictly for the day, so you know that they're just going there to shop.
Right.
Some of the key things, as I said, is the necessity items where you have to buy them every month. You're going to buy toothpaste, you're going to buy shaving cream, you're going to buy detergent for your dishwasher and the like. When you're looking at those items, and as I say, you're talking about 50, 55, 60% difference in the price, that's fairly considerable. So I would say that if somebody's making an average trek across only to buy necessities, not looking at anything other than that, they're probably going to look at $1,500 to $2,000 a year in savings as to buying exactly the same items here at a retail store in Canada.
That is certainly worth the trip, isn't it?
Absolutely.
What would your advice be to the Canadian government, and after hearing a throne speech today, about getting these prices closer together? And you make a great point. Their prices aren't coming up. Our prices are going to have to come down.
Absolutely. And I think it has to be right the way across the border. It can't just be at the retailer level. There has to be at the distribution point. There has to be at the manufacturing.
Tariffs
and duties coming into the country. So we've got to bring that down in all of those areas before that we can see a reasonable price to the consumer here in Canada and be able to keep them here. Unless we do that, it's still going to be 750 million people, a month going across the border to get the deals.
Right. Okay. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Keith Pitts and his new book about crossing the Canadian border for shopping. Thanks very much.